Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 signs that you are a confident empath. I know a lot of people who are watching this video would not consider themselves to be confident. A lot of empathic people have a lot of anxiety. A lot of empathic people tend to prefer to avoid crowds because they're so sensitive. And therefore, they don't have, a lot of them anyway, the social skills as a naturally extroverted person who seems to be more so impervious to the moods and energies of the surrounding world around them as you. And yet, I would venture to guess that by the end of this video, you will see that you are, in fact, not only a little confident, but extremely confident, a very confident empath. And once you realize the gifts and just the qualities you already possess, then you might find it becomes easier to demonstrate those qualities, demonstrate your innate confidence in areas of your life that maybe you haven't been doing so. And that is the purpose of this video, more so to remind you of how confident you already are. Number 1 is you always follow your intuition, even when it scares you, and even if you maybe procrastinated a little bit or quite a bit initially. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you always end up doing that. You always end up following your inner guidance. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage, because you know as well as I do, your inner guidance doesn't always make a lick of sense, right? It'll have you feeling compelled to do things that don't really seem like the rational next move to make, which is why naturally you put it off. You say, no, higher self, no inner being, no inner guru, inner spirit, no intuition. I'm not doing that. Some of the things I've been strongly intuitively guided to do seem so ass backwards, part of my language, and ludicrous. So I would like try to find ways to avoid it. Or my intuition would try to get me to do something that I would, even if it made sense, I would anticipate things like being challenging unnecessarily, or like I would have a lot of reasons to avoid doing so. But as you know, your intuition will just not, it won't leave you alone. It'll keep bugging you and bugging you and bugging you. And contrary to logic, contrary to how you might look and come off to other people, you will and always have ended up just following your intuition. And that takes courage. That takes confidence in yourself, your true self. That's where your intuition comes from, your true self. And you're following it in spite of adversity, and that is powerful. It reminds me of a very famous snippet of a conversation with famous General George Patton. I've said this before because I like it so much. He was asked one time, he said, General George Patton, do you ever become afraid in battle? He rolled his eyes and laughs and chuckled to himself. Of course, obviously. He didn't respond that way. He said, yes, of course I do, but I just don't take counsel from my fear. And apparently, my fellow confident, empathic person, either do you. Number 2, you're in or you've already gone through what many people call the dark night of the soul. A deep, sometimes gut-wrenching, personal, energetic, spiritual, emotional transformation process where you witness all of your safety nets and your beliefs and your preconceived notions about how reality works just break down around you. Your sense of self goes through such an epic cleanse. And all of those effects on your consciousness are mirrored out into your life. So as you're going through the dark night of the soul, feeling more lost and hopeless and down and depressed than ever, it can feel like your life is just heading in this, like you're being sucked into this downward spiral of decay. And it's not easy. And during this time in one's life, you don't know, you hope it's gonna be okay, but you can't say with confidence that things are gonna be okay. You don't know. It really takes you to it takes you to like where you're at your wit's end. And not everyone goes through a dark night of the soul because it's so difficult. Most people aren't ready. Most people aren't equipped to go through that. Most people don't have the confidence in themselves to endure such a powerful shift and transformation in their life. But now when one's going through these experiences, this spiritual metamorphosis, they might feel less confident because all their anxiety, all their fears, all of their misaligned, all of the distortions they picked up are just coming up and flailing at them all at once. And it can make you feel like you're not even capable of tying your freaking shoes, let alone considering yourself a confident empath. And yet you are. Because look around the world. You'll notice that everyone seems to be like business as usual. You go outside, you get the paper, and your neighbor says, "Hey, how you doing? Hey," and you see people taking the trash out. You're driving to work, everyone's just kind of doing their thing. They're not going, it doesn't appear other people are going through crazy dark nights of the soul. Why? Why do you think that is? Because they're already more spiritually evolved than you? No, because they aren't ready for it. And that's not a judgment call. But it is a way I wanted to frame it to highlight your real badassery, your confidence. Okay, it takes confidence to go through the dark night of the soul. It takes confidence to do that more so than anything, pretty much anything I can think of. Number 3, you always do what feels right and resonates with you in your heart, even if it's unpopular. It's very, very difficult for you to act out of integrity because you're so empathic and you can feel the wrongness of doing so, for lack of a better term. You can feel it. It feels really, really, really wrong. Not bad, like you're going to be punished by God, no, but wrong as in this just doesn't sit well with me. So you will always follow your heart. Now here's the thing, and here's why so many people like you, empathic people, tend to recluse and consider yourself an introvert and not want to be around people, because you know when you're around most crowds, you'll either sit there quietly and not fit in at all, or you'll succumb to maybe the more lower vibration types of conversations that you prefer not to be a part of because it just doesn't feel right in your heart. It doesn't resonate, okay? And that takes courage. It's easy, so easy to be popular and easy to be cool because it just takes a little bit of intelligence to see what people do and pretend. Okay, pretending's easy. That's why most people do it. Being your true self, when you're well aware that your true self is going to bump into other egos and not fit in, that takes courage and that takes real confidence. We're all social creatures. We all want to have friends. We all want to be a part of something. But you would choose to not sacrifice your integrity in order to have that very natural need fulfilled. You would rather be somewhat maybe depressed and lonely, but living in your truth than that. And now, if that doesn't take confidence, my goodness, please respond. Leave a comment and tell me what does. Number 4, you're here now on earth during this profound time of accelerated transformation. Okay, not only are you empathic, not only do you not fit in, not only do you maybe, well, I don't know if you've gone there or not, but maybe a lot of empathic people, I'll just say, are volunteer souls. People who have come here at this time in history to raise the collective consciousness. Take that for what you will. That's just my theory, okay? But regardless, it's a very tumultuous time right now. We're like on the precipice of either destruction or a massive quantum leap in our human evolution. But regardless of how this ends up, this particular stage in human history is rocky. It's unpredictable. It's fast-paced. We are dealing with things that have never been dealt with before, and it's a very, very difficult time. Not only that, because you're empathic, you happen to be more so welcoming with open arms, whether you have chosen to or not. This energetic and emotional and spiritual transformation that is much more common at this time, especially for empathic people. You knew that before coming here. You knew you're going into a hairy place, to not enemy territory, but a really, what's the word I'm looking for? Hostile sort of situation and environment with this whole Earth game we are playing. You knew that. Not only is the Earth game always challenging if you look throughout history, but it's especially challenging because the collective is trying to wake itself up in a very accelerated way because it needs to. We need to wake up when we don't have as much time as we would prefer. So everything's happening fast. There's a lot of work to do. A lot of you empathic people have come here knowing you're not only going to process your own stuff, but you're going to process your friends and your families and your neighbors' stuff too. That's why a lot of the emotions you feel aren't even yours. Okay? It ain't easy being here. I don't care if you're a little baby. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you're doing on earth. But especially if you're an empathic person right now going through a spiritual transformation, which anyone watching this video up to this point is. And so why on earth would you not consider yourself to be a complete badass and confident? Okay? This takes such a degree of confidence to come and do what all of us are doing that I don't even know what to say about. Number 5, lastly, you've had a tough life. There are degrees of tough lives, I know. But most empathic people, not only do they come in all cracked open and sensitive, but they come on and take on challenges that they're going to feel the brunt of more intensely because of their empathic nature. Me. When I was 9, I was hit by a huge firecracker for no reason. I was sitting there, I was 9 years old, watching a fireworks show, and this massive illegal mortar type bomb firework was lit, and it tipped over, and I was just a little kid watching like a neighborhood show, and it shot out of all the 100 people. Who did it hit right in the stomach? Me! And it was extremely tragic. You know, this led to extreme anxiety. I developed a nasty heroin addiction, suicidal nature. I smoked crack. I went through some crazy shit, basically. And there's people that watch this that have gone through 1,000 times worse than me. I'm not trying to compare war stories, but I'm telling you, a lot of empathic people have been through some shit. My best friend, fellow YouTuber Aaron Dowdy, he was raised by a crazy-ass sociopathic stepmom that worked him like a slave out there in the Las Vegas heat. She would lock him out of the house all day, barely feed him, and put him to work. Little kid, little prepubescent little kids doing like hard labor for their psychotic freaking stepmom. And my friend Youre Alexander, another YouTuber you might recognize, she woke up one day and had Bell's palsy. Half her face was numb. Imagine going to school, a little kid with that going for you. Okay, these are just examples. Again, I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just trying to say that there's a reason why we've done this. And it's beautiful because we can hack it. Some of the shit you've gone through, not everyone can go through and maintain their sanity and still be ready to rock and roll each and every day, ready to meet life and see what it has to offer them, okay? You have confidence, my friend. You are tough, super tough as nails, okay? It takes toughness to do all the things I share. It takes confidence. You have confidence on a soul level. You knew you'd come in, you knew it'd be difficult, you knew that there's a transition going on, and you also knew you planned some crazy shit to happen to you just so you could show other people that you can overcome it, that it can be done. So no longer do I want any of my audience, any of my fellow empathic people to walk with their heads low, letting their anxiety define them. Hopefully this video can remind you of who you are. Who you really are is an exceptionally confident, eternal soul, more powerful than you can realize. Okay, my friends, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope this video maybe have sparked some of your own innate awesomeness that I know you possess. Okay, the world needs it. The world needs you to walk through life knowing who you are. Okay, because it's this time of change, a time of rapid transformation, and the world needs all the cool, empathic, empowered, confident mofos like yourself it can get. So it's my job, my goal to help remind you of who you are. And hopefully this video in some way has done that for you. And also, in case you're not aware, I have a free guided meditation that I made myself for free. It's for all of my audience, whoever's interested. The purpose is to help you connect and align with your higher self. You're always connected. All of us are connected at all times with our higher self, but this meditation will help you become aware of that connection so that you can utilize and walk through life with the benefits of one who knows they're always connected. And you can get the download, the inspired ideas, the clarification, and just that confirmation and guidance from your inner being, okay? Again, it's a guided meditation, totally free. Check it out down below if you'd like. With that said, I'm gonna bounce. It's Sunday. I'm gonna hang out with the family in a minute. Just wanted to shoot this video out to you all. Have an amazing day, a fantastic week. See you all here next time. Namaste.